drinking buddies. I brought my good friend Duncan back on here. Haven't had him on the channel in a while. I thought we would tackle possibly his favorite distillery as well as my favorite distillery, possibly, Russell's / Wild Turkey, and see if this sample of Russell's 13 is better than these Russell's Reserve single barrels. We'll find out.
I'm your drinking buddy.
We have two of these Russell's Reserve private barrel selections. They're non-chill filtered single barrels. They're 110 proof. They were both selected by Total Wine & More. This one was from last year, and this one is from this year. I just popped this one today. Yes. This one was barreled in 2012. This one was barreled in 2011. And this is last year's Russell's 13. So what's the math on that? That would have been, just probably would have been barreled in 2008. Yeah. So what do you think? How do you stand on Wild Turkey?
I just like the flavor. I like that you can buy these pretty much go into Total Wine and find this almost anytime you want. The regular one is hard to find, but that's why I like Wild Turkey / Russell's, is its availability. Yeah, availability is a really, really strong factor for why so many people like Russell's Wild Turkey these days. Wild Turkey 101 is possibly the best bottle under $40 that you can buy, and it's like $18 all the time on sale in our area. Rare Breed is one of the better, higher proof offerings you can get, and it's everywhere. It's under $50. Well, now it's over $50, but for the longest time it was under $50. But so we mix these up. We each have the two private barrel selections, and we have the one Russell's 13. His glasses will be different from mine because we mixed them up. So we might get completely different flavor notes on these. But I think the cool thing about doing it this way is we won't influence each other's decisions. You might really like a glass, and I might really like a glass. And they could be the same thing. They could be completely different things. So that's what's going to be interesting about these two being a year apart. See if they're that much different.
Yeah, this could be pretty similar as far as flavor profile on all three of these glasses. So let's just dive right in and see what we think. Cheers, bud.
Cheers.
Oh, this one's a little musty, the one I got.
Of course, get a lot of cinnamon on it.
This one, the one I have is like soggy wood. But cinnamon, yeah. And I always get cherry off the nose of Wild Turkey. This one's like a really nice nose. This is like an exceptional nose.
Ooh, wow. Sweet and cinnamony.
Wow. Yeah, I got cherry, I got cinnamon, I got sweet like syrup, like maple syrup thing going on here on mine. Yeah, this is a softer nose. It's like, this one smells like a Manhattan, like the maraschino cherries and like
a bit more cherry notes on this one. That's for sure.
Wow. Mine's got peanuts.
Definitely not as sweet and cinnamony as the first one.
Yeah, it's not as sweet. Whatever I got is not as sweet. It's got almost none of that like baking spice flavor you get off of turkey sometimes. It's just like cherry and peanuts and like just a wonderful mouthfeel. Great mouthfeel on this one. I would bet that this is non-chill filtered. I don't know if Russell's 13 is non-chill filtered. Some people argue whether or not that even matters, the non-chill filtration process. But I do feel like sometimes you get like a little bit of a more oily, more viscous pour out of a non-chill filtered bourbon.
I didn't really get that oily feel off this one. And it tastes a little bit hotter than the first one. So far, if I had to guess, I'd say that one's 13 and this just one of the regular Russells, but I did have a little bit different taste than that one.
Yeah, I if I had to guess as of right now, I would say that this is the 13 and this is one of the picks, but I don't know. It could be just the picks are dramatically different. Who knows? Maybe the 9 to 10-year-old picks we have here are dramatically different.
So that one's-
Okay, but see, this one smells like the first one to
It
me.
does. This one smells like the first one of mine. It has that sweeter smell.
Sweet, but also for me, like a musty thing, like wet wood. Like it's raining outside and I'm smelling a wet.
I don't know if that's what I'm getting. I'm getting some sort of like airy wetness. Yeah, that might be that. Like it's rained outside. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh well.
It does taste like the first one,
Hmm.
but like toned down.
Hmm.
But super. It doesn't taste high proof at all for the third one for me.
Yeah. So I'm kind of stumped right now because I'm not tasting one of these that's like dramatically better.
Yeah.
This, whatever it is, I really like. This one for me has got a lot of cinnamon and a lot of more of a medicinal cherry than the other two. The other two had more of like a cherry syrup quality. This is more of a medicinal cherry on this one, which I don't consider that to be a bad note. Some people might consider that to be a bad note. I kind of like that medicinal cherry flavor.
As long as it doesn't taste like cough medicine.
Yeah, more like those. I was thinking of those like Luden's cough drops that you get. They're like supposed to taste like candy, but they're medicine, so they have that medicinal quality to them a little bit.
That chocolate cherry.
Oh, you getting some chocolate off that one?
After like smelling this one, going back to that one.
Yeah, and then the first one to me, had that really musty like wet wood quality, and it's nowhere near as strong as it is on 3. Yeah, this one is like, I'm smelling, it's so, oh man. I'm thinking 3 is the most complex, especially on the nose, because it keeps evolving. I got like cherry, there's so much cherry going on here. I know I keep saying cherry.
These are all cherry.
But especially this one, it's like, man, it's like fresh cherries. And then on the palate, it is more of a medicinal cherry. It's kind of funny. Did you pick up a peanut note on one of them? Because I have one that's got a lot of peanuts for me.
Maybe the second I'll have to retry it, but these two I feel like are the same, but just this one's toned down. It's dialed down a little bit. I'd say the second glass is my favorite, but not by a whole lot. And I would say 3 is second, and then this is third. But not one of them was like, I would say these two are better than that one, but 2 and 3 are neck and neck.
I feel like the first glass that I had is my favorite. So I'm going with that as my number 1. I'm going with this as my number 2, and this is my number 3.
I'll put them in order, so that's favorite.
So, reveal?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what was your favorite?
This is my favorite. Number 2.
Okay, so your favorite was the Russell's 13. I hope it was for me too. Please be. Yes.
Was it?
Okay.
Nice?
Oh, I felt like I was going to lose my whiskey channel if I didn't pick the Russell's 13 as my favorite. But, it did pop out as being better. The more I drank it, it is the one that we both finished too.
Yeah.
So like on initial flavor, none of them jumped out as being like dramatically better. But by the time we were kind of getting down to the end, we both had that as our favorite. So the Russell's 13 is better. However, these are still really good.
Number 1, whatever number 1 was.
Number 1 was my second too.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 1, 2, 3. So,
Okay.
So the Warehouse E was our second favorite.
Yep.
So there might be a little bit something to that Warehouse E being dramatically good, because this one I really like.
It does just kind of taste like a better version-ish, I guess. I don't know.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me, this is going to sound weird, but I'm getting a peanutty thing. It almost tastes to me like you took a really, really good Russell's product and you put just like a splash of some really good Knob Creek in there.
Okay.
To me, that's what it reminds me of. Because I do get some peanuts on this one.
And it's just, I don't know, like I feel like this one, which would be probably, well, obviously it's that one, just has way more of the standard Wild Turkey Russell's flavor.
Yeah.
This one just has it.
Yeah, I feel like you're right. That's
fresh,
really true.
a little more like smooth, whatever. Just has like a better feel to it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. These two are a little bit more unique bottles, and this is more of that classic Wild Turkey flavor profile. You know, people call it the turkey funk. So it's kind of like, well, I say that. Anyway, I call it the turkey funk sometimes. So for me, it's like that medicinal cherry with the fall spices, your cinnamons, your nutmegs, your pumpkin spice, basically. There ain't no bad bottle up here.
No.
So what did we learn today? Russell's 13 is really good. Hunt for it.
It's not $700 good, but
yeah, I'm very surprised that bottle goes for more in the like secondary markets, which neither one of us are interested in even caring about the secondary markets. But it's worth mentioning that people are paying $700 for that bottle. Meanwhile, you can buy these for $65 tomorrow. You could walk into a high-end liquor store and you could buy those tomorrow, and it's better. It's better, but dramatically.
You can buy the entire Wild Turkey Russell's line, aside from decades. You can buy standard Russell's, the rye, the turkeys, all of it, instead of just one bottle of that.
Yeah, that's a really good way to look at it.
So
it's a really good way to look at it. And you mentioned the decades. You could buy the decades on the secondary for cheaper than you could buy a 13. And that's crazy because most of those Master's Keeps are done. They're gone. They'll never be available again. I would personally way rather drop a large amount of money to find a Master's Keep bottled in bond.
Oh yeah, than this.
This personally, just because that bottled in bond 17-year is one of the most unique whiskeys I've ever tasted. I did share that sample with you. You did get to try it, yeah. But that is one of the most unique whiskeys I've ever tasted, and it will never be available again. You're never going to get that again. Whereas this is going to be a yearly release. So if that's assuming they ever get to Arizona. So I saw posts on Reddit of Total Wines and liquor stores in Texas getting 20, 30 bottles of it, and we haven't heard of a single bottle dropping in Arizona. But we're behind on everything in Arizona. So we just got the internet last week, so it's pretty cool.
It's cool.
Yeah, so you put in the disc, you get a disc, and you put it in, and then when you're done with the disc installing AOL on your computer, you put it in the microwave, and it makes a lightning storm. It's pretty cool. Drinking buddies, thanks to Duncan here for joining me. This was a really good flight. Man, I've had some good flights recently, and this rivals all of them. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.